I'm so excited for this. So excited for this, and I'll tell you why at the end of the video. JK, it's part of my whatever health status is, not health status. Ooh, Dr. Z is so good. Anyhow, hello everyone. Welcome to Flosstube number 22. This is my channel, which I think I want to change the name of. It was Julie's Stitching Journey. And I think I want to change it back to just Jules, because it's less of a mouthful. And I just like the name better. So we'll see if I do that. I have a lot to update you all on. Not really, but I feel like I did pretty well this month. I'm exhausted, I'm not gonna lie. And my work schedule's killing me, but that's why I'm so proud of myself for like doing pretty well this week or this month. But I've been waiting for this Dr. Z all day. I told myself it was a reward for getting through today and filming my YouTube video. So this past month, I worked on 5 projects. And I will say I have been doing the gridiron grind, which is where you base your number of stitches on football. And let me tell you, that's been a game changer for me. So I'll start with gridiron grind, and then I had 2 other projects I was working on that's not part of gridiron grind. I feel like my setup is weird this time, and my mirror's like off, so I can't see myself as well. So apologies if I'm like looking all over the place. So gridiron grind, I'm tracking 3 teams. Packers, go Pack Go. My opponent to the Packers, and then my fantasy team. My fantasy team is 2-2. Let's just say that my first pick was CeeDee Lamb. If anyone knows football, you'll know he's been out. He's been out. My second pick was Worthy. He was also out. So, but you know, things are looking up. Oh, Alfred Eckler, gone. So yeah, it's been struggle bus, but I feel like we're coming back. Worthy started playing again this past week, so that's very exciting. CeeDee Lamb should be back in a week or 2. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So yeah, anyhow, sorry, got distracted. Packers. For my Packers team, they've had a rough go. Not gonna lie. I will say I haven't, so today is October 1st. I haven't done the numbers for just this past weekend, which they're gonna be a doozy because the Packers tied 40-40. But I guess there's no winner, so there's no extra 150. Anyway, for Packers, I have been working on my Blue Pimpernel project. And this is done on an 18 count Navy Ada, two over 1. Sorry, I'm trying to think of who. I feel like some floss tubers have like a million projects, and they're like, oh yes, this is this person on this fabric and this one. And I have talked about this how many times, and I can never remember. Blue Pimpernel. Not sure. Someone just hit something outside and it distracted me. I'm not sure who charged this, but I'll put it on the screen. This is what the project looks like. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And since the last time you've seen it, I've put in 911 stitches. So this is where I'm at now. Boom. I got a whole flower done. How cool does that look? Oh my gosh, I am so pleased with it. So this is, oh, I didn't put the percentage because technically this is at like 40%, but that's because I marked all of the navy blue stitches done, and obviously it's on navy blue, so the numbers are all off. But yeah, I'm so happy with that chunky flower. Now, it is hilarious to me that I saw this pattern and I was so worried about the white stitching because I typically don't like white stitches. But I find the green stitches to be the hardest. So, riddle me that. So I don't know where I'm gonna go from here. I was thinking I was gonna go down and just kind of like see how long this project is, because I mean it has quite a bit of fabric. So it's gonna be a honkin' project, but like it's still going. But this frame is so tight that I'm worried about putting it over the stitches. So I might switch to a Q-snap because I feel like that's a bit more gentle on the stitches, you know? And I might go over, but then I would do that flower just over again. But I kind of liked doing the flower. It's very satisfying. But I think I'm gonna go down. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna head this way and work down on this project first. Because then I get like new, repeat. So then by the time I get to this, it'll be like new again, you know? So yeah, I'm very excited about this. It was just under 1,000 stitches, 911. And it was like so fun to like have a reason to pull this out again. Not that like I don't have a reason, because you know, it's a present that I want to get done for my sister, but it's not like a seasonal piece where I'm like, oh yes, it is October now, so I'm gonna pull out this. It's just like a year-round thing. But I'm very excited with the project, and I think it looks freaking cool, so that is exciting. So then for my opponent who the Packers were playing, I wanted it to be like a drag. So like if the Packers were losing, I was upset, which is like obvi, but I wanted the stitching to be like, ugh, I have to do that. So I chose to do all black on my Borealis colors. So this project has like 40,000 stitches of black left, LOL. And I put in 485 stitches of black on this project. I think I took a before picture of this, but this is where I'm at now. So just cruising along, whatever fit in my Q-snap of the black at the bottom of this pattern. So this was fun to work on. As you can see, I'm at the very bottom. I've already done a lot of the black up here. I mean, like a decent chunk, obviously not even close to what it's gonna look like. But I'm working on the bottom because I have come to the conclusion I like bottom right. And I like stitching that way instead of like top left and having my stitches. Ugh, I hate that. So I like going top down with my stitches, like from this hole to this hole. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm enjoying the bottom right vibes up in here. So I'm just cruising along on this. Although I will say, for October, you know, one of my goals recently has been to live more seasonally. So I'm gonna put this away for October, and I am going to switch my black stitching to my haunted house. So I'll show you where I'm at with this one. This one is getting there. So this is where I'm at with my haunted house. I'll input what it's going to look like. As you can tell, I have neglected the black stitching. I started back in the day and I was like, nah, the rooms are way more fun. I'm gonna do those. So I'm gonna start doing my black stitching on here. This is not in Pattern Keeper. So, oh, sorry. So for Gridiron Grind, I am doing 10 stitches for every point. So for example, if the Packers score 40 points, like they did last or on Monday, that'd be 400 stitches on a project. Same goes for the opponent team. And then whoever won the game got an additional 150 towards our project. So yeah, my opponent for October project will be this. So this isn't in Pattern Keeper, so I can't track my stitches. So what I'm gonna do, and what I did for my fantasy team, is I said, I don't think this is right, but I said that I stitch 100 stitches in an hour. I think that's low, especially for one color, block stitching, but whatever, that's just what I decided. So if I'm just gonna do it by time. So if my opponent scores, for example, 13 points, I did 130 stitches. Instead, I'll do an hour and 20, 25 minutes. No, hour 15, 20, you know what I mean, on this project. So I don't have to count stitches, but I'll still be following the rules. So yeah, and then also this month, if I have extra time, obviously I want to work on this because it's spooky. So, and I'm so close. I mean, not really, but it feels like I'm close. So yeah, this one is very fun to touch because it's just full coverage and very satisfying feeling. So I'm excited about that. So then my final Gridiron Grind project was my flower pot. William Morris. Blue Pimpernel is also William Morris by Whoopee Cat. It came to me. Okay, cool. Oh my God, tastes so good. This is what the project's gonna look like. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And then for this one, I needed to do a lot of stitches. So for my fantasy team, I was doing 3 points per point on my fantasy team. So the first week I lost and I did 250. So nearly 2 hours worth of stitching. No, nearly 3 hours worth of 2.5 hours of stitching. My second week, I did 423. So that was 4 hours and whatever. Gosh, I'm so bad at math. And then I had 180. And then I worked on it a lot yesterday too. So I'll actually, here's the thing. I'm just gonna send it on this project this month, I think, because I am so close that I'm excited. So I just wanna get her done, Anyway, so this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And this is where we're at now. OMG, the end is near. I act like that I'm talking about this like I hate it. I don't. I actually quite enjoy stitching on this. My only kind of complaint about this project is that it's not in Pattern Keeper, which is on me. I could have done it in Pattern Keeper and I chose not to. Because this is one of the first projects I started, so I didn't like know about Pattern Keeper yet. So yeah, now we're here. So I worked on filling up this part. Ooh, I might have worked on it. I can't remember. I think I did this part, maybe. I can't quite remember the last time what it was at. But yeah, I filled this out, came down here, filled this all in, obviously working down here, tried to take out these chunks of leaves. And now I'm gonna move it down because I'm like done from here, you know, so I'm gonna have it all in the Q-snap. Because I tried to start down here and I ran out of room. So yeah, the end is near and I think I'm just gonna send it. Because I wanna finish this by December anyhow. And I'm so close and it's really fun to work on. This is on a Fiber on a Whim fabric and it is lovely. 18 count, 2/1. Just an FYI. Yeah, absolutely delightful. Really happy with that. So yeah, I'll talk about plans a little bit at the end. It's not very in depth, but I'll mention it. But before that, I want to get to my next two things. So last video, I had started, I showed you this. Where is it? I started the Shire piece on here. And this was the autumn Shire thing. And I was like, I don't know what to do because, long story short, this wasn't working in Pattern Keeper. And then I realized the problem is me and I got it to work in Pattern Keeper. And now I had started it with like nothing to do with the grid. And I was like, do I turn it over, start over? But then I was like, oh, look how much I had done. I mean, it's honestly not a lot, but like still. But then I feel like this is a great opportunity to try stitching another way. So someone commented and saying, just wash it and get rid of the grid. And I was like, no, because I want to use the grid because I think that'll help me like be able to track what I'm doing. But I think I'm going to do it like block by block, you know? So like not travel with the floss like I usually do, like color completing. And I'm just gonna like go more sticking to like blocks at a time, not necessary blocks, so because I don't want it to be blocky looking, but you know what I mean, like sticking in an area and filling in every single stitch, which is going to be brutal actually because this pattern is so confetti heavy. But I think that's what I'm gonna do because then that way I can also like check my work as I go because I'm a little bit concerned things are off. And if I try it and it turns out to be a disaster, I'll just start over here. So yeah, anyway, I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. And it was pissing me off. So I was like, Julie, you're talking a huge game about stitching seasonally and you started with autumn. Like, why don't you start summer? So that's what I did. I put in, I'm doing this on a, oh gosh, what is this? It's 2/1 on a 28 count tent stitch. And I started Summershire. This is what it's gonna look like. And I put in 4,769 stitches. I was obsessed with this for another reason I'll mention it in a second. But so I'm at 21.5% on this project. Ta-da! How cool does that look? First of all, I started with this tree and the tree's straight up purple. It's purple. Like, can you see that? Like, it's purple. So first I was filling it in and like obsessed because I was like, is this pattern whack? Like, is this gonna look so dumb? But like from far away, it looks great. But like when you're up close, you're like, this tree's purple. Far away, 10 out of 10. So I really like it. And then I was just like absolutely obsessed with it and I couldn't stop working on it. And this is also my first time like doing a whole project in tent stitch. So I was really curious about how it was gonna look and like if I was gonna be pleased with the coverage. And I think I'm pleased with the coverage. I'm also like, oh gosh, can we all talk about for a second the 6 portals? Stop it. Someone talk me out of it. OMG, I think it's so cool. So I'm living vicariously through the people stitching it. And I told myself if I ever finish a full coverage project and like show myself I can do one. And when I'm thinking like full coverage, I'm thinking of the projects like that I'm doing for myself. So like the magic book or Borealis colors. Like if I finish one of those two and I still want the portals, then I will allow myself to buy it. Because something about me is I'm a spur of the moment, like if I make a decision, I just like jump into it, or it's like, I want that, so I buy it. What is that called? I'm trying to think of the word. Impulsive. I'm very impulsive. And the 6 portals is like almost 1 million stitches. So I was like, I can't be, and it's $160 for the pattern. Whew, that's a lot. So I was like, back up, hold on, stop, chill out. But the reason I started talking about that is because I think I would do the portals. I've thought about it a lot in tent stitch. Although I could also see myself not doing that. Who knows what I will feel like in like, a year from now. Maybe it'll be like my 2027 new start. Oh my gosh, that sounds so far away. Maybe 2026. No, don't let me. Don't let me. I really want to though, but don't let me. Because I want to finish my other stuff. But I really want. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I was like, should I do portals in 28 count, 2/1, 10, and like see how the coverage looked. And because a lot of people are like, oh, it gets really thick. Some people hate the feel of it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not finding it to be true yet, but who knows, like once I'm like in actually like the, I feel like this is pretty like filled in, but like it's not all the way filled in. It could still be thicker, so we shall see. But anyway, I know a lot of people are doing it on 25 count. I've seen 32 count full cross with 1 strand. So Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I was loving this. But then Gridiron Grind really started picking up, and I started traveling for work, so I didn't have nearly as much time to work on that. Now, the final project that I did was Birthday New Start, and I am doing The Grinch. And last time I talked about how I wanted to start it, I'll just show you what I've done thus far. I mean, how freaking cute is that? Oh, sorry, this is what it's gonna look like. And then this is where I'm at. I've done 521 stitches. This is at 7.49% complete. Now, when I talked about this last time, I got this really cute 28 count sparkly Lugana, opalescent Lugana. Love it. It is so, I've used it before on my other Merry Christmas project. And I was talking about how I wanted it to be chunky looking because it's a cartoon. And I was gonna do 2/2. Yeah, no. I started and I did basically the same thing, except I hadn't started like I hadn't filled in like his hat and his like little chest area, but I had done the whole outline down in black. This is what I hear constantly. Can you hear Momo? Mosef? He wants in the cupboard. That's what's going on. Anyway, I hated it and I ripped it all out. And then I started, oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about how I was doing 3/2. I was gonna do 3 strands and that's what I ripped out. And now I'm doing 2/2, which I much prefer. I liked the look of 3/2, but it was just so hard to actually stitch and make look good. It was taking me ages, and my God, was it eating up floss like a monster. So yeah, I switched to 2/2, and I think it's really cute. So I really wanted this done by December, and I'm not sure that's gonna happen. Excuse me, sir. Because I want to finish the floss. So in October, let's talk about October. Priorities, Gridiron Grind. So I'll be working on my Blue Pimpernel, my haunted house, and I'm gonna send it on the flower pot. After those are worked on, I want to focus on my haunted house because, again, spooky seasonal vibes. Hold on, I'm gonna open that for him or he won't stop. He won't stop. Haunted house. And then I kind of want to, I don't know what I want to work on. I have so many options I could choose from. I could work on my magic book because that seems a bit seasonal to me. I could work on Borealis colors. I could work on my Autumn Shire. I could work on 6 portals. No, don't do it. So yeah, I don't know what I'll get up to, but like, I don't know what I'll get up to, but that's like half the fun, right? I just stitch what I want to stitch. And I also have this Sunday, Adam is golfing without me. It's totally fine. We actually golfed this past weekend and it was super fun. So that Sunday, I have all day to stitch. Not that like I don't when he's here, but we've been playing Borderlands 4 up the wazoo, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then I think he has something else maybe that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I think in November, I mean, this will be, I should save this for next video, but in November, he's going to be gone from like a Thursday to a Sunday. So I think I'm going to like do a stitching marathon, which would be fun, and like make a game out of it. So I'm not like just bored. Not that I'd be bored. I can literally sit and do nothing and just be like happy as a clam. So yeah. Why was I talking about that? Oh, just my plans. Yeah. So that's the plan for October. So that's all my stitchy stuff. So we'll move on to goals. Brief wrap up from last month. I wanted to read out of my scope. I read 5 books in September. I thought the book that I picked up thinking it was going to be out of my scope was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which was so good, but I didn't realize it was a love story, and I very much consider that my scope. So yeah, that was kind of a fail on my part. I also read a YA fantasy romance, again my scope, but I don't usually read YA, and let me tell you, YA is not what I consider YA. I was like, oh man, I really like YA. Yeah, I think I really like YA. So that was kind of a fun. I read by Kristen, I can't say her last name, so sorry. Crimson Moth and Rebel Witch. It's a duology fantasy romance. Highly recommend. I really liked it. It was very entertaining. But yeah, not much out of my scope. I read Abby Jimenez. No, not Abby Jimenez. And Allie Hazelwood. Oh, I did read an Abby Jimenez. Say You Won't Forget Me or something like that. Anyway, I think for October, if I don't, I still would like to push myself to read out of my scope, but my other goal is to read seasonally. So I actually got The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, which I don't usually like read from male authors, so that's kind of out of my scope. And I feel like that's very seasonal. So yeah, maybe I'll lean that way for now. But anyway, I just want to read. Oh my gosh, reading's so fun. What else? Oh, one of my goals in September was to walk 7,000 steps a day. LOL, who did I think I was? I failed epically. Absolutely failed that one. Probably hit 7,000 steps maybe 4 times in the month. Like, failed. I did get close. I did hit 5,000 quite a few times, and even 6,000, but 7,000 was just a bit too much. But you know what I did do? I've given up caffeine, as she drinks a caffeinated drink. Yeah, I went talking about how I'm impulsive. I just decided one day to give up caffeine because Adam drinks decaf in the morning. And I was finding that caffeine was making me tired in the afternoon. And I was like, what's happening? And I was like, I kind of just want to reset my tolerance. So I went cold turkey, got the worst headaches ever, thought I was going to die. Not really, but it was like, I didn't expect to have withdrawals, and I totally did. And so then I went to like just decreasing my caffeine over like the first week of September. And then I haven't had caffeine regularly since. So like if I need to pick me up, I've had probably like 2 Dr. Zevias in the month. I've had 1 coffee. So I've had 3 caffeinated drinks in September, which is really good for me. I mean, not good, but like that's not a lot in my opinion. So yeah, I just drink decaf coffee in the morning. I'm also a morning person, so it wasn't like a huge deal to me. Cause I like wake up and I'm like awake and not super tired anyhow. So like I still get a warm, tasty drink in the morning. And then I find caffeine actually affects me when I do want to pick me up. That's kind of the like biggest difference I've noticed. Otherwise, like nothing's changed. And it really kind of spooked me out that I like was actually addicted to caffeine, because I didn't think I would be, because I didn't drink that much caffeine. I mean, I just had like the normal coffee in the morning and maybe a little cup in the afternoon. And Dr. Z, like on the days I didn't have an afternoon cup of joe, you know. Anyhow, yeah, I gave up caffeine. So kind of a side goal. Yeah, and that's really all I did in September. In terms of October goals, again, I want to read seasonally. We're also going to have a Halloween date night, so I'm very excited for that. So we're going to watch a Halloween movie that neither of us have seen before, and maybe like make it spooky somehow. I don't know. And then obviously trick-or-treating. We'll sit out, have a fire, give out candy to the kiddos. And yeah, and then I think for my health goal, I am loving gym life right now, which isn't like out of the norm, but I'm really liking getting stronger. It's so addicting. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. And I feel like over the past couple of months, like my programming's changed, where like instead of doing back squats and deadlifts, like I was doing speed back squats and speed deadlifts to like work on my power out of the bottom of things. So it was like hard to track if I was progressing strength wise, but now we're back on like the strength aspect, and it's so fun to see how much like that I don't know if you would call it skill work, really affected like my ability, even though it was lightweight, like it's just so cool how now with heavier weight, like I have more speed out of the bottom of the squat because I was doing like banded speed reps in a squat. Anyway, whatever. But I'm really enjoying the gym. And I think when I travel, I don't have a problem going to the gym, but I have a trouble like with keeping the rest of my day consistent in terms of like eating well, drinking enough water, like having my creatine every day, like the small little things that add up more than like a couple gym sessions a week. So I want to keep my October goal simple. And I think I just want to focus on my water, which is like, oh my gosh, do you not drink water? I feel like I don't. So I want to focus on water and taking my creatine. Those are my goals for October, and seeing how that goes. Again, it's like kind of boring because it's so simple, but I think it's like what I need. So anyhow, I know I usually do house goals, but the house is just, in theory, we might start construction on our room this month, but who actually knows? So I'm not even like putting a house goal because it's annoying me. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.